applications, capacity building, scalability, impact investing, stakeholder engagement, all those things are useful.
Strathmore University Business School has a vision or a mission to develop great African leaders, and in particular we have a special interest in building and nurturing entrepreneurs. So we are here at one of the SME conferences that we hold in the region, and this SME conference's main objective is to bring speakers, entrepreneurs to come together and just share different ideas on how they can better do business. So we are aware in Africa, or even in this country, Uganda, we have a lot of young people, a lot of people who are also unemployed, and there's the challenge of trying to create meaningful jobs for this big population that may not always find jobs in the corporate world. And within that population lays a lot of opportunity for us, even as a continent and also as Uganda, to grow the economy using these SMEs. So we saw it fitting to have these annual conferences where we can explore some of the challenges that SMEs face, one being access to financing. I know the financial sector is working to develop different solutions that are fitting to SMEs, but still we find there are gaps because some of these SMEs, and a big majority especially of the informal businesses, are not able to access some of these banking solutions. Also, the other aspect of helping the SMEs is looking at how can they be able to do their business well so that they are also able to access those financing opportunities.
Here in Uganda, with the sisters who are participating in Sisters Blended Value Project. Sisters Blended Value Project is one of the projects of ACWECA, and ACWECA is Association of Consecrated Women in Eastern and Central Africa. That means we work in 10 countries with major superiors. The vision of ACWECA is to empower consecrated women for deeper evangelization. And how do we empower them? Through some of the trainings. So Sisters Blended Value Project mission is to transform the social ministries or the social enterprises of sisters into sustainable social enterprises. And how do we help them to sustain their social enterprises is through training and attending conferences like this one they are attending here, where they are able to interact, network and benchmark with other social medium enterprises. So sisters have been having a training on social entrepreneurship. As they graduated yesterday, it was also good for them to be part of this conference, to learn from other social entrepreneurs outside there. What are they doing? And what are the sisters able to copy from these people so that they are able to go back into their institutes, into their congregations and share the skills and implement these skills in their social ministry that they are running. And some of these social ministries the sisters are running are like schools, hospitals, vocation trainings. So when they go back, they'll be having a different aspect on how to look at things and how to look at the current economy. How will they fight with the economy that they're living in? Because when they go to the supermarket, they don't have their own prices. They have the same price like each and every person.
The opportunities, this meeting is about small, medium enterprises. And when we look at small, sometimes they even talk about micro. Now, what we're basically looking at is the Uganda presents a lot of opportunities for small businesses, largely because of the structure of our economy. Economies that are really starting off are not strong enough to sustain big businesses. And also when you look at the structure of our population, 50% of the population is below the age of 17. Now that means many things, that those young people have certain basic services they must get at that point, which creates opportunities for small service providers. Some of them may be small education, some of it may be eating, because at that age they are eating, they are dressing up, they tear their clothes, so somebody doing tailoring to repair torn clothes in the villages would have that. But also that means it's a big dependency burden that the parents and the guardians of these young people would not have lots of savings and lots of incomes. Now, so big businesses cannot survive in such an economy where there are not a lot of savings and people have very low incomes. It creates an opportunity for people providing small businesses and services at that level. That's why you see popular joints in Uganda would be chapati sellers, not a big hotel, not a big restaurant. It also has its own, but the bulk of the population have little money to spend per day because of that dependency burden. And in those circumstances, small businesses thrive. But as you've said, you've got to know what business are you doing. Don't do a small business of carpentry, because nobody is going to be buying beds when they have hungry children. But you can do a small business of cutting the hair of those young children, repairing their small clothes, selling used clothes. But even those, not that much, because the numbers you can sell, but it's not every time that will be buying clothes. So when you want to stock clothes for children, what type do you want to stock? Not a boutique of high end. They must be small end. So you want to position yourself knowing that the bulk of the population is at the bottom of that pyramid. And so what kind of businesses do you give them? But that also means many of them have not received high-level education. So even if you are a big service provider, you're not going to structure your banking product for the high end. People you will ask, bring in a project proposal. The people serving these communities are not able to bring in a project proposal for a bank. Now I've seen many banks have adapted to that. They are lending money to SACCOs because SACCOs know how to deal with that kind of bottom of the pyramid population. Stanbic, Centenary will not go down there to people who want to borrow 40,000, 50,000. But there is a SACCO which can lend to them. So me as Stanbic, as Centenary, as Baroda, where I sit on the board, I will have to target who reaches these people.